Welcome back to Board Game Breakdown. I'm Christopher Solomon. In this burst video, we'll be diving into Blacksmiths of Steinheimr, a worker placement and set collection game for 2 to 4 players created by RuneShield Games. If you're looking for a longer video with a full detailing of how to play, click this link here. If not, let's get into the game. In Blacksmiths, players will be deploying a group of dwarves into the hallowed halls of Steinheimr to complete various tasks with their eyes set on collecting the most victory points. But before we see how players go about playing the game, let's take a quick look at the setup. Blacksmith's rapid setup is definitely a huge draw to the game. After putting out the board, players need to separately shuffle the 3 decks of cards, placing them in the top 3 marked rows on the board. On top are the item cards, in the middle are the talent cards, and the upgrade cards sit in the bottom row. A 4th deck of bonus objectives are shuffled, with 2 cards being dealt out face up for everyone to see. A pile of coins is made, as well as a pile of each of the main resources: iron, silver, gold, and mithril. 3 dwarven meeples are placed out, always starting the game on the locations for the furnace, the silver mines, and the market. Lastly, each player is given 2 coins and 1 dwarf to start the game. Turns contain 2 main actions, each that have to be played in the following order. First, players must place their meeple on an empty location on the board. Once landing there, the player triggers the specific action printed on the location. Secondly, the player must pick up any dwarf meeple on the board, triggering that action as well. Once complete, play moves to the next player. Actions mostly consist of gaining resources, or using these resources to purchase cards, though there are a few fun wrinkles thrown in for good measure. First, players can take ore of the different resources by activating the different mine locations, though the ore only lets players purchase town cards. If a player instead wants to purchase item cards, they'll need to visit the furnace and turn their ore into ingots, which they can then use to build different items. If a player is low on resources, but instead has coins, they can visit the guild row and purchase upgrade cards. These cards won't win you any victory points, but they will make certain tasks easier throughout the game, typically making certain item types cheaper or giving you more inventory space for your resources. Once a set limit of item cards has been created, the game is over and players count up their victory points, making sure to add any points from winning either of the 2 bonus objective cards placed out at setup. Blacksmiths is a great light to medium weight game that plays in about 45 minutes. It doesn't take up a ton of space, you can travel with it, and I was recently able to play it on the floor of the airport with my children. My kids, 1-7 and 1-10, have enjoyed it as well, and it has been a great way to introduce certain mechanics of modern board gaming without the complexity or length of other games in our collection. Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe and check out our website at boardgamebreakdown.com.